Hi, everyone, and welcome to our July public delivery meeting, our sixth delivery meeting since we first brought the concept of Panquake.com to you back on January 17th of this year. This is an exciting delivery meeting because we get to make a huge, long-awaited announcement that I know you will all be thrilled about. So let's get straight into the presentation. And here we go, July monthly public delivery meeting, July 31st, 2021 for Panquake.com. My name is Suzie Dawson, founder of Panquake. As we do every single month, we're going to review our campaign statistics and then we'll get into the cool, exciting new stuff. So July was 28 weeks now since our campaign launch. We have 30 amazing team members working hard constantly for you to develop this next generation groundbreaking social media product. We have got 8 full-time staff members now and 4 part-time contracting staff members. This is our 25th campaign update that we just published for you today, and there'll be another one tomorrow about this meeting. We, in the last month, had a bit of an anomaly around campaign donors and total donations received because of, unfortunately, PayPal deciding to withhold our donations over a 6 or 7 week period and not pay them out to us. So we took the step of refunding every single one of our donors who had paid via PayPal. I'm personally really pleased that everybody got their money back, but during that process, it wound back our total number of campaign donors and our total number of campaign donations on our Go Get Funding page. And then we had to re-earn with new donors and more donations the same totals that we had prior back. So the good news is, in terms of total number of campaign donors, we have earned back all the donors that were taken away from us through that process of PayPal screwing us all over. And even, another 27 on top of that previous total. We now have 2,940. However, we are still $211 shy of the previous total of campaign donations that we had or would have had if PayPal had actually given the money that you entrusted to them to us. So it's great news that we've made back that lost ground, but we're still just a little bit shy. So if you want to go ahead and step up to the plate for us, donate to us at gogetfunding.com/panquake. We would deeply appreciate that. We now have 4,226 followers on @pan_quake, which is our main Twitter account. And that's an increase of 195 since last month. And if you believe what Facebook has to say in its statistics, we have, for the second month in a row, got precisely 21 Facebook likes, which seems pretty unlikely to me, but that's what their statistics say. This is our 8th public event, and we have done 21 independent media appearances to promote Panquake. And now comes the cool stuff. I'm really happy to be able to give you answers to the questions I hear all the time, which is, when will the Panquake application be released and who will get to use it? So we've made this little chart to explain that to you. We will have at least 4 iterations of the Panquake application, starting with our version 1.0 beta application. The users who will be part of that are what we are calling the team of 5,000. That's our beta user group. And that beta release will come out once we have met our phase 3 fundraising target. As you know, this is a 100% crowdsourced social media software development project and social media application. And I will get into a bit more detail shortly about exactly what phase 3 will be comprised of and how we will get there. we're looking at about 2 to 4 months after our beta application is released, we will release what we're calling an enhanced features release, version 1.1. The reason it's only going to be 2 to 4 months between those two releases is because we are building the version 1.1 enhanced feature release simultaneously with the beta. At that release, each of our team of 5,000 in our beta user group will get to invite up to 4 trusted friends, family, colleagues, acquaintances to the beta platform. And that will bring us a total of 25,000 users on Panquake. About 4 weeks prior to the full public release, we will be opening the platform to everybody who has an early access code, which is already thousands of you. So you will get in ahead of the rush. And our 4th iteration will be our full public release, which we call version 2.0. That is when anybody in the world will be able to sign up for a Panquake account. And we're estimating that that release will be approximately 6 to 9 months post beta. So how do you become one of the team of 5,000? That is the big question, and we're about to answer it for you. Over the next day or two, or maybe even by the time this video is out, you will see on panquake.com a new section called Beta. Here it is up the top in the top menu. If you click on that, you'll see the screen, which says, thanks for applying to the Panquake Beta team of 5,000. This is your chance to become one of the users who will help form the trusted core of the Panquake network. And in a few minutes, I'll get into exactly what that means to be part of the trusted core of the network. Now, here's what we need from you in order for you to apply to be one of our team of 5,000. You will, first of all, choose your preferred handle that you want for your Panquake account. We're giving you 3 choices. So if for some reason we can't give you your first choice, we'll try and give you your second. If we can't give you that, we'll try and give you your third. And nominating your first, second, and third choice is how you will complete step 1 in the process. In step 2, we ask you to help us establish trust. Our beta users will have trusted roles in the network. So we need to verify that they are genuine social media users. So we don't want bots or trolls or God knows who. This also helps us avoid collecting personal data like email addresses or phone numbers during the selection process. See, it's normal for most software development projects that go into beta, they want your personal info. They want to build marketing databases. They want saleable info. So they will collect your email address, your phone number. They'll get you to set up 2FA and all types of things. We don't want any of that. So instead, what we're doing is getting a small piece of public data from you, which is your user handle or account name on one of 10 or so major social media networks that exist out there on the internet. So by doing that, by just getting you to tell us what one of your public social media accounts is and selecting which platform that's on, we can avoid collecting any personal information. So we don't want payment information from you. We don't want your full legal name. We just want one user or handle or account name on one existing social network. And then step 3 is how we verify that you are that account holder. So in step 3, you will copy this text. I just applied to join Panquake's team of 5,000 beta users. Donate to make the Panquake beta happen faster at gogetfunding.com/Panquake. So you copy that text and then you go and post that text onto the user handle and the platform that you selected in step 2. That means we can go and verify that yes, you are in fact that user. This stops people being able to impersonate other social media account holders when they're applying for the Panquake beta. That leads us to step 4. Step 4 is how you will find out whether or not you've been accepted. So if your application is accepted, this token, which is in that little box below, will gain new entry to the beta platform upon release. Beta users will get the reduced subscription price of only $3 per month for life, forever. If you're one of our team of 5,000, you will only pay $3 a month for Panquake. If upon beta release, your code returns a sorry, we were not able to accept you into the beta message, you'll be supplied with an early access code instead, so that you can still get in ahead of the public release. So just by applying, you will get in early one way or another, whether it's at beta or at the early access release. So what you do is you write this code down on a piece of paper, this string of words, put it in your wallet or somewhere safe that you won't lose it, or save the image, screenshot the page, copy the text. It's not as secure as writing it down on paper though, but you must keep your beta code safe. If your application is chosen, you will need this code to be able to join the beta and to get into your Panquake account. Right, so we've also published a FAQ of questions that people will have about the beta, and I'll just quickly go through those now. Pardon me. Number one, when will the beta be released? This is a crowdfunded build. Once we hit our phase 3 funding target, we'll have the resources necessary to release the beta. We're currently at 81% funded on phase 2. So the more people help to spread the word and encourage donations, the faster we will be able to release the beta. And we'll talk a bit more about phase 3 funding shortly. How will you know if you've been accepted? When you apply at panquake.com/5000, you'll be given an application token. When we release the beta, you'll enter that token to see if you've been accepted. And if you haven't, you'll get that gift from us of the early access code. Third question, I already have a code from you. Was that for the beta? The join codes received by Panquake supporters grant early access to the full public release of the Panquake application. So if you already have a code before you are going through the application process for the beta, that is the early access code. Once Panquake is ready to go global, those with early access codes will be onboarded first, just like I explained in this graphic here. The third release is the early access. Why does a privacy platform require my existing social media handle to apply to join the beta? Well, the answer to this is technical. We use, well, there's a technical answer and an easy answer. I gave you the easy one already. We don't want to collect personal data. But we use a proof of authority algorithm to operate our blockchain. This is great because it means our chain doesn't need to be mined. Therefore, it doesn't consume large amounts of energy. However, it does require that we be able to fully trust in the integrity of our initial set of users, because they will have the ability to propose transactions to be published on the blockchain. Therefore, we need to vet the 5,000 users that will form the core of our network to make sure they're real social media users in order to provide optimum security and longevity for the millions of users that will later use Panquake. 5, in what way will you use the existing social media handle that I supply in the application process? Unlike most other software releases, our beta application process doesn't collect your real name, email address, phone number, payment information, or any other personal or private data. The social media handle you supply us as a reference will only be used in the vetting process and then immediately discarded. We're not storing it long term, we're not selling it, we're not giving it to anyone. It will be purged. It will not be tied to your Panquake beta account. All Panquake users will be able to utilize our network with privacy and, should they wish it, anonymity, including beta users who can select any Panquake handle they wish, whether or not it is the same handle that they use on another social network or not. So when you're applying and you're supplying us with one handle on another network so that we can verify you, that doesn't mean that you have to select the same handle on Panquake. If you want to, you can call yourself anon_123 on Panquake, and that's totally fine by us. Okay, so we know the beta hinges on the phase 3 target. What are the fundraising goals? Well, our phase one fundraising was where we needed to raise 50K just to establish the business, the underlying business for Panquake. And amazingly, we met those costs. We raised that money within only the first 3 weeks of the campaign, which was incredible. Since then, we've been in phase two, which is to raise an additional $117,000. That is currently 80% funded. That was to cover the development of the beta product, which you're about to hear some amazing progress has occurred on. Phase three, which we'll get into as soon as we hit 100% funded on phase two, is the big one. This is where we're going to be able to employ the team that will support the release of Panquake's beta application. So this is where we're actually going to roll it out and then be able to support the product and support our users. So what does that mean? How far is 500K really going to go for us? Well, this is what it's going to get our community. That phase three funding target will get us customer support and account staff to support our users. It will get us technical support and operations staff who can take care of any technical issues around support. It's going to get us a team of platform moderators and administrators, which is super important because, as we've discussed previously, we're not going to allow abusive content such as child pornography. I'm talking about actually illegal content we will remove from our network. It will also get us some marketing support, some advertising on independent platforms. No, we will not be advertising on Facebook. No, we will not be advertising on Twitter. And it will get us some promotions, campaigns as well to promote the release of Panquake. So once we hit that phase three, we are done and dusted with fundraising. There'll be no more donations being asked for, and we'll be totally done with the crowdfunding phase of Panquake. So super cool, super exciting. It's going to take all of your help to get there. We're going to have to work together to promote this, but we are going to get there. We are going to make it, mark my words. So now I want to talk about development. Where are we at this month in terms of production? Well, architecture is happening on a daily basis. We have actually about 2.5 hours of architecture meetings daily. And in those meetings, we are fleshing out our network design, our application design, but increasingly what we're doing is, and building service infrastructure as well, but increasingly what we're doing is conforming our architectural documentation and our build documentation to make sure that they are completely accurate and in tandem. So we're constantly updating to make sure that what we're actually building is perfectly reflected in our architectural documentation and vice versa, and that our development team has a completely shared understanding of what we're doing in building this product. And then later on down the line, that documentation will support the release of our technical white paper and also our marketing white paper as well. So it's pretty important stuff. The big news this month in terms of development is that we have a proof of concept for the user data store. So for months now, I've been telling you the user's private data will be stored on the user devices, will not be stored on our network. We don't have a copy of that stuff. We now have built a proof of concept user data store. We now have the ability for a user device to download our site assets and to create this encrypted user data store where the user account information is stored. We also have done our proof of concept for our authentication service. What this means is we now have the ability to then grant that user a registered Panquake account, a subscribed account. So that process of actually creating the user data store and then creating the account, the data from which is stored in the user store, we have completed. And we also have integrated Live P2P, which is the first step in our P2P network. So this is part of what allows users to talk directly with other users without us being in the middle, which we really don't want to be. We also, I told you last month, we're doing work, research work around our blockchain model. We wanted to be really sure that what we're doing is exactly right. And we have now confirmed that yes, both the proof of authority school that we're using, the BFT algorithm that we're using, um, are the DBFT specifically, are exactly what we need to be doing. It is 100% confirmed. Our blockchain model is confirmed, and we can move ahead full steam with the build. So those are huge steps forward for us in terms of development. It means we have multiple components of the network, which really the most important components are operational. And now we get to move through the rest of the network build until we are ready to deliver that beta application to you. So hugely exciting stuff and great progress. For this month's State of the Business, we're talking about architecture, and Sean O'Brien is in all of our architectural meetings. As you know, he does security and privacy for us, also heavy focus on P2P, and of course our FOSS licensing, our free and open source software licensing as well. Sean says, 6 months ago, Panquake began with an awesome team and an inspirational concept. I was encouraged to join the stellar lineup because of Panquake's strong dedication to privacy by design, its smart approach to security, and its decentralized free and open source software development model. And hey, the fun graphics and pancakes helped too. As we got down to the nuts and bolts of building Panquake, it became clear that we're tackling difficult challenges. The solutions to those challenges contain huge potential to transform the lives of people around the world. The architectural design of Panquake requires not only thinking differently, but placing users in the center of every decision. Designing a network that processes the bare minimum data necessary while delivering exciting new social features is no easy task. From the start of development to today, the support of donors has been inspiring. It keeps the wind in our sails. Now that we've got a proof of concept for some core components, the peer-to-peer backbone of Panquake is beginning to emerge. As we reach another milestone in the Panquake story, I look back proudly on everything we've accomplished and can't wait to see what lies ahead. Panquake is the social network I've always wanted to use, but more importantly, we're building it for friends, families, and colleagues to experience with us. With the support of Panquake's amazing donors, a better social world is possible. Thank you, Sean. That's just amazing. Now, Sean really wanted to be here tonight. Unfortunately, we discovered that precisely on the day of our delivery, we started having very dodgy anomalies with web servers and other issues that Sean has been furiously troubleshooting in order to make sure that our release of the beta application process on our site can still go ahead. So I deeply appreciate all of his work and the rest of our team who've been supporting that effort. Okay, so some of you might be aware that we have been presenting the Panquake user interface, which is just stunning and exceptional. I don't know how else to put it. There is no other user interface like it. It is just a dream. And we have been presenting that to a number of influencers, giving them exclusive sneak peeks just to get their feedback and see what they think about it. And I've collected a number of quotes from influencers who have viewed the Panquake user interface and who've had a presentation on Panquake's build progress from us. And this is what they've got to say about it. I got to see a demo for Panquake. It's got some very cool features that would be super helpful to creators. Excited to see where it goes. And that was from Ron Placone from Get Your News On with Ron and the Jimmy Dore Show. I'm absolutely blown away by Panquake. It goes beyond just a censorship-resistant platform to one that offers so much more. The team have done an outstanding job with every aspect of design with the user journey in mind and creating meaningful interactions. And on top of that, an absolutely stellar UI from Cherie Ipe, who's a board member of Blockchain Australia. Panquake is a new frontier for social media, and it is needed in this age of big tech censorship. It is time to stand for free speech and to support free thinking media. Kit Cabello from Hard Lens Media. The Panquake front end looks great. It is streamlined and user-friendly with features that are both unique and useful for journalists, organizers, and casual users alike. From Eleanor Goldfield, artist, activist, and frequent co-host of Moment of Clarity with Lee Camp. The world has been crying out for a technology that combines spiritual integrity and social justice. Panquake is the social media platform we have been waiting for. From Father Dave, Australian Father Dave, who Assange supporters out there might have remembered was Julian's boxing instructor in the Ecuadorian embassy. Panquake will change everything for the better, especially for live performers, from Graham Elwood, the political vigilante, and the Jimmy Dore Show. So that's just amazing feedback, and it might give you some idea of why we are not releasing our front end design yet. We won't be releasing that until the beta. It absolutely kills me that we aren't, because I know that people would just be absolutely flabbergasted if they could see it. The quality of it can not just compete with, but surpasses any other user interface in the market. That's just plain and simple. It is better than anything out there. And when you finally do see it at the beta, you'll understand that we weren't just hyping it. This really is next generation social media. Okay, so moving on to our marketing projects. Talk Liberation, we told you last month it would be launching. Well, sure enough, it has launched. Our weekly show covering big tech censorship, freedom of speech, privacy, and security issues. It's available on our Substacks, talkliberation.substack.com. And you'll also see video content there too. We cover the issues in long form articles, and then we cover them in video as well. Our Panquake shop is in progress. We're doing a self-hosted build. It will be on the panquake.com site. It's not using Shopify or any of these prefab, privacy encroaching mass commercial products. It is start to finish an OS commerce build, customized by ourselves from the ground up. And that's why it's taking a little bit of time, but we really wanted to do it right and do it with our ethics and our ethos. So stay tuned on that. Our internationalization efforts, my God, this has been such a huge undertaking, but it's one that we're committed to for the long term. And that is to deliver Panquake and Talk Liberation content in as many languages as possible, ultimately. But we've started with English, Spanish, Portuguese, French, and German. All of those are operational. You'll find them at the web addresses that are listed there, and the Twitter accounts that are listed there as well. We want very much to have Norwegian sorted as well. And it's been a bit of a learning curve for our team over the last month, getting into the flow of pushing content out in so many different languages. There's been struggles, there's been delays, but we have been performing better week on week. So you can expect content to come out faster, more consistently, and be promoted more consistently as well. One of the problems we've also faced is that Twitter doesn't seem to allow people who are outside of the geographic location of where the accounts are registered to access the accounts. And that's something that we're working on too. It's really slowed us down with the social media promotion of Talk Liberation, but we will overcome. We shall overcome. And once we are able to get that Norwegian established, we will let you know. Okay, so that's it for our 6th successfully delivered and pretty much on time. We've never missed a day anyway of our public delivery meeting. So that's the schedule that we've met this year so far. The next public delivery meeting will be August the 28th, and I will be reporting back to you on the beta application process, how it's going, the build process, how that's going, and of course, all of our campaign statistics, and letting you know how much closer we are to those fundraising targets. They're going to help to get this across the line and push it out to the world. So I will see you again August 28th, if not sooner, because we will be doing a round of media appearances in support of this application process for the beta. We need 5,000 good people who we can trust, who can help to form the backbone of this network so that we can deliver it to the world. I would love you to be one of them. So please step up and be a part of this. And of course, Panquake is coming. If you haven't got that message by now, I'd be very surprised. Sorry, haters, Panquake is coming. You already answered if. Now we need your help to answer when. GoGetFunding.com/Panquake. Every dollar gets us closer to the beta delivery. And we don't hope, we don't sit around and wish for solutions. We pull together and we build them. And that's exactly what we've been doing. Thank you so much. It's so lovely to get to give you all of this amazing news. And I can't wait to see you in the beta. Bye.